I think it's a very good idea. When my father passed away and then my mother passed away, they had theirs all paid for. And it made it very easy as the family to work out their arrangements for burial. Dad knew what he wanted, had it written down, what the Memorial Estates had worked out with him. And so it was that time that we did it a little before then and planned what we were going to do, so that it made it so that it was easier when my husband passed away a month ago, that things were pretty much arranged and we knew what we had, so we had say in it. And I like the idea of having say in what my casket's going to be like and what the headstone's going to be like and all that. It made it nicer.
Yes, I do, especially since everything done went up so. Because when my husband passed, it wasn't nothing like it is now. It wasn't, it was expensive.
Well, it started back in 1964 when we bought the lots. I don't remember exactly how we came about that, but we bought our lots back in '64 out on Redwood Road. And then when my father passed away and he had his lots up here, we transferred them up here. And so we've been kind of working with Memorial Estates over the years, and they kept saying, I think you need to get your planning done. And so we said, well, okay. And when I found out that my father had his already planned, then I said, okay, then let's us get ours and get things settled around so that we'd know where we were going and what we were doing. And so a lot of it was, Memorial Estates did keep in touch with us and ask us to get into a burial plan. Can't remember when we got into it, but it helped. It really helped.
I feel the same way, and I was glad that I was talked to, after about getting the pre-plan, because it really makes a difference, and it takes a burden off you, off of you, not having to worry about those kinds of things.
It really does, because when I bought my plots years ago, like I had 2 extra plots and I used them for my son. But like I said, when my husband passed, it wasn't no way as expensive as it is now. So to get, I'm taking care of some stuff now each month, and it means a whole lot, because I can't believe it how it didn't just jump,
It's a great feeling to have that done, because when you pre-plan, like when my sister passed away, like in November of last year, which has only been 5 months ago, it was so much easier that everything was taken care of, and we had to do a few things, but to have that pre-plan made a big difference. It made a lot of difference, and it helped a lot. At first, I didn't want to think about stuff like that, and I just didn't want to think about it, and I didn't really think it was anything I needed to do. But then after you lose someone, a loved one, then when they talk to you about it, and you see all the things that you have to go through, then someone talks to you about it and let you know, if you do this, do that, it's going to be so much easier. Then I start thinking, that was a good idea. And the cost was, like my mother said, was if you do it when they talked to us, and if we did it by doing it then, the cost was down. And it makes a big, it made a big difference, and so I'm glad we did it.
Oh, Merlin does a good job in convincing us. No, we thought about it, but financially it was working it out. But then when Merlin sat down with us and explained the program of the pre-planning and all that, we just said, why not? Let's do it. I wish we had done it sooner. I think the sooner you could do it, the better it is. That's what I'm telling my kids. You've got to get doing it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It takes all that stress that you're under at the time away. And it makes it so much easier to just walk in here and say, you already have my plans. There isn't much else we need to do. Just go over and make sure that that's what we do. Yeah, that's what my family, my children then said, well, do you know what kind of casket he's got? And I says, oh, yeah. We've been over there at Memorial Estates. He's having a wood one. And I said, I didn't want a wood one. I want a metal one. So we went through and we picked out what we wanted. So the kid says, well, I guess we don't have any say in it. And I said, nope.
I'd tell them to do it.
To do it.
To go for it, because it's worth it. And it will take such a burden off of them, and they will be glad that they did it. It feels like a burden lifted. It feels like I don't have to worry, because everything's all taken. Just about everything's all taken care of.
I'd just say, get with it. It's important. It gives you a peace of mind, and then it gives your family a peace of mind. Because my children just sat here and they just said, well, you've got it all figured out, because there's not much we need to do. It makes it easier. I know it did with Mother and Dad. It was so much easier just to make an appointment here and say, okay, you've got all the plans, you know what we want, let's just finish it up.
Oh, she's great to work with, and
She's a sweetheart.
and very understanding, very caring, and she's very patient, explain everything, and even if you ask her more than once, it doesn't matter. She just has a smile, and she's there to explain if you don't understand. She's good at her job. And in fact, I find all the people that we've dealt with, they're understanding and caring, and the times we've been for like a funeral and had the burial there, they were right there with the cart, because to make sure we had a way out to the grave and everything. And last time we was there when my sister died, it was very, very cold, and they had blankets and they had water and they had the things to put in your gloves that keep your hands warm, and in the heater, and that was nice, very nice, because I had been to another cemetery, to another funeral, and they didn't have that. I couldn't believe it, and I thought, I'm sure glad we go to Memorial Estates. And it's just really nice, the setup that you guys have there, how you take care of the people. You're just there for them.
Oh, they've been very good to work with. They're very, can't think of the word, other than they're good to work with, and they seem to have the compassion and know what you're going through and help you out to make any decisions that you need to. And I think if you're going to do it ahead of time and you sit down with them and plan it out, you can think clear. So my suggestion is, as soon as you can work it out, do it so that you've got it.